Hello, this is submission for Tikhon Pachin for ECE39595 Java class. This is resubmission because I had to download the code from Brightspace, which I didn't the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly download the file, downloading the zip file. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to put it on my desktop, which you just saw me do. I'm going to unzip it. Alright, so we are in. So right now I'm gonna go on ahead and enter desktop. Here are my files. I'm gonna CD into my folder. And I'm gonna CD into my SRC because, as I said here, it needs to be run from SRC. It's Java compile. So that compiled. So now we're gonna run the actual code. I'm gonna start off with bed scroll. .xml. So this is the info about my dungeon or whatnot. So what I have to do here, do an inventory that shows the sword, so I'm going to press I. Here's the information, the +10 sword and +5 armor is on the creature, like right now. Wield the sword and wear the armor, do the inventory. So what I did is, whenever you do something with your backpack, it shows you the inventory automatically. You can use I, but you don't have to. So I'm going to move. I'm going to press T, select the sword to wield. I'm going to wield 0. It automatically shows you that I'm successfully wielding the sword now. Wear the armor, it's A. It's W. Select armor to wear, so that's going to be 1. So now I'm wearing them both. So if you can see the inventory, I can actually drop something. So now if I put it up again, if I pick it up again, it's not wielded anymore, so I'm going to wield it really quickly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the scroll as per assignment. It says right here, read the scroll. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly pick it up. So now I have the scroll. I'm going to press R. I'm going to press 2. Now I have successfully read the scroll, and you can see that my armor is 0. Now it was +5 before that, and now it's 0. And if I move around, it's still 0. If I drop the sword, my armor is still 0. I'm going to pick it up, and my armor is still the same. It's not wielded anymore, but the armor stays S2 +0. So I think this is it for bad scroll. I'm going to move on to death. So what I have to do here is fight the troll and the kill the player, showing that the player changed display. So my player basically has to change display type. So I'm going to go ahead and fight the troll. So you can see the information about the battle is here. My hit points remain the same because monster hit was 0. It didn't hit me at all. Player hit it with 2, and monster hit points right now is 68, which means at the beginning was 70 before my first hit. So I'm going to continue. So now here's the action. Player is killed, and the action for update display type. I don't have any life anymore, and my player is dead. Okay, and nothing can be done anymore. So I'm gonna move on. Like the game is over. So I'm going to move on to the next game, which is drop pack. So here's the game map. I can move around. what I have to do is pick up the 2 armors and the sword and then put them in my pack. So I'm going to pick up the armor. I just picked it up. It's not there anymore. I'm going to pick up the armor again. I'm going to pick up the sword. You can see the inventory right here. What else do I have to do? Put and take off the +10 armor. So I'm going to press W for wear. Armor is 1, so I pressed 1. Try to wield the armor, so I'm going to try press wielding 0. It says you can only wield a sword. So then I'm going to try to wear the sword. I'm going to press W and I'm going to press 2. You can only wear armor, so it says that I can only wear armor because this is a sword, and if I try to wear a second armor, if I press W is 0, it's going to say you can only wear 1 armor. So if I'm selecting a second armor, I can only wear 1 armor before, and I cannot wear another armor before I take off this armor. So drop the 3 items in 3 different locations. So I'm going to wield the sword, just, why not? So drop the 3 items in the 3 different locations in the dungeons and do the inventory. I'm going to drop 5 plus here. I'm going to drop +10 here, and I'm going to drop +5 sword over here. Pick up the 3 items and do the inventory. So like if I do the inventory now, it's empty. If I pick it up again, so I'm going to start off, let's say, with this armor, and then this armor, and this sword. Now I'm not wielding anything, neither am I wearing anything, and I have successfully picked up all the items. Drop an item outside of the range of the pack items. I'm going to press D, and then I'm going to press 3. It says use an item ID that is available in the pack, which is 0, 1, 2. So I'll drop the 3 items in one location and do the inventory. So I'm going to press D. Let's say I'm going to start with the armor. So I'm going to press 1. You can see that I dropped armor. I'm going to press sword. So you can see the sword, and I'm going to drop 0. It's armor. I'll do the inventory. So here's my inventory. I'm going to pick them all up so that you don't suspect anything suspicious. I'm just going to drop them as per assignment, one by one, and do the inventory. It's empty, as you can see. And if I move again, it's just going to be empty. So move off the location where the items were dropped, and then move back to the location. So yeah. Pick up all 3 items up and do the inventory. Okay. Pick up, pick up, pick up. In the inventory, you can see, once again, drop them all, pick them all up. So, fairly simple. Fight the troll and do the inventory to show that the item is dropped. So I'm going to go ahead and show the inventory. And I'm going to, oops, so you have dropped an item from your pack, and that was, so monster hit points right now is 1, player didn't hit with anything, monster hit is 20, so I lost 20 lives. Now if I move and I move like my HP moves works, because if I move 5 times it actually increments the life. So if I'm going to hit it again, I have dropped another item on the pack, which is a sword, so I'm going to speed up the game really quickly. I'm going to pick up the sword, I'm going to wield the sword, and I'm going to fight the troll and kill it. So monster hit points is now -10. It was 1. The hit was 10. The reason why it's 10 and not 5, even though the sword is 5, is because in the document, in the original document that the professor has submitted for the map, in the map the integer value for the sword is 10. So I didn't want to fix it. I didn't think it was very necessary. So, but here it is. If you fix the int value in the map itself, it's going to show 5. And if I move, it's going to be 5. So it's not the fallacy of the game, it's the fault of the map. Okay, I think that's it for drop pack. I'm going to move on to dungeon. So here's the dungeon. Once again, if I move to the walls, nothing happens. So I'll have to fight and kill a monster. So monster hit points is 2. You can see the information basically. So I'm going to hit him until I kill it. You can see the updated frame. So now the monster is dead, but there was no actions for the monster, so what's going to happen is that I'm going to try to hit it again, but no information in the info section will be displayed because the monster is dead and it's just a dead body in there, so there will be no battle. So I pressed left again and nothing is happening, so it's just a corpse laying on the dungeon floor. Well, that's it. And if I try to kill another monster, similar thing is going to happen. So yeah, now the monster is dead, and I can restore my health with HP moves, but both of the monsters are dead. So yeah, it's just corpses laying there, since there is no display change actions for them. So I'm going to go ahead and play Hallucinate. This is a very interesting one because there is no change of display in the monsters as well, but I can still technically fight them. They don't have any power to fight back, but I do have some power to kill them. So I was under the... I didn't know how to implement it, so I took it into my discretion. I decided that even when the hallucinations are happening, you can still fight a monster. You just don't know where it is. You just don't see where it is, but you can fight it and kill it, and once it's dead... even after hallucinations, there's just going to be a dead corpse there since there is no display change. And I also thought that the walls should be hallucinating as well, because on Piazza the professor said it's up to our discretion as well. He doesn't think the walls are necessary to be changed. I think on hallucinations, it's you know, the entire dungeon should be different for the players because it's hallucinations. So I'm gonna show the inventory. It's empty. I'm gonna show that you can fight the monster. I just killed the monster. Well, the first one I didn't kill the monster, but now I just killed it. So now it's a dead corpse again. I cannot really hit it anymore. So I'm gonna... Well, I accidentally killed that monster as well. But this monster is still alive, and I'm gonna move right after I do the hallucination. So I'm gonna pick up the scroll. I'm gonna read the scroll. So now I'm hallucinating. So this is hallucinating. So this is my first move. Second move, and if I move again right, it's gonna hit the monster. Third move, I killed the monster. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. Hallucinations have stopped, and this monster is dead. So I cannot really do anything to it, and yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the next. A run on test drawing. I'm gonna do that really quick. So nothing is crazy about this particular part. There's no items to pick up. There's only monsters that can fight. But we know that this particular monster has a teleport function. So I'm gonna quickly go over there and hit him. So I just hit him. Now teleported over here, you can see that I still have the battle information and the information from the action. The creature has teleported somewhere else in the dungeon, so it's over here. So I have to move there again to fight it. Now it's over here, same information is displayed. I'm gonna keep moving, I'm gonna keep fighting the monster. So once again, still alive. Now it's dead. So what happens is that it teleports because it's a battle, and after each hit, the monster should teleport. So it teleported, but it also has a remove action. So I teleported him first, and then I showed that I defeated the troll, and the troll is dead, and it's not on the map anymore. And that's pretty much it. If you want to move around the map, you can, but you cannot move on the darks on just the black spots where nothing is present. So yeah, that's pretty much the game. You can exit the game as well if you press any of the buttons. So it says game over, and there's absolutely no input taken into the game anymore. So if you wish to end the game before you kill all the monsters or whatever, you can do that by pressing capital A and then either capital or lower Y. So as you can see, I'm pressing buttons and nothing happens. So that's it for the demonstration. Thank you for your attention.